everyone. Welcome to Sunshine Ladies Unraveling Tales, where a group of bookish friends take you on our reading journey. We bring you TBR recommendations, exclusive bookish interviews, and event shenanigans. I'm Carrie, and on today's episode, I am joined by Reed and Steph. Join us in our excitement as we chat with our next author, Demi Winters, who will be attending the Romantasy Book Convention in Orlando later this year. So nice to meet you, Demi. Thank you for taking time to chat with us today.
Lovely to meet you guys.
So for anyone not familiar with you or your work, please tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you known for?
Well, I guess I'm known for the Ashen series, which starts with the Road of Bones. And so my elevator pitch for it is a girl who just wants the cottagecore life, but ends up getting chased by an assassin, climbing into the supply wagon belonging to a crew of Viking mercenaries. And she ends up getting a best friend named Rib Smasher.
That's amazing.
Love it. Love it.
A little bit about what it's about, kind of.
That's a fun pitch.
Oh, that is a really fun pitch. I love it. How did you get into writing?
I used to love writing stories as a kid, and as an adult, they sometimes say like you should seek out enjoyment with the things you loved as a kid. So I was like, why don't I give writing a try? But the only problem was, as a kid, I never finished my stories, or I extremely rarely finish them. So I was like, if I'm going to do this as an adult, I need to have a plan. I need to know how it's ending. So I approached it a little differently this time.
Okay. All right. Is there anything that you would like to say to a potential new fan out there, someone who maybe hasn't discovered your work yet?
I would say the Ashen series is great for people who want plot with the romance. But if you want to get into the romance right away, you want the plot to be the romance, it might not be the best fit for you. But it's also for those of you who enjoy a good slow burn. It's so hard to explain without spoiling it, but it is a slow burn romance. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
All right, Demi. So with your characters, we're basically going to play an FMK, and this one is called Kiss, Claim, or Curse. So take your Ashen series characters and let us know who you would pick for what.
Okay, so for Mary, I would pick Ray. He is like a stable guy who's going to take care of you, and who can resist a guy who hates everyone but you?
Very true.
Fair.
So I would pick Ray to marry. I would pick Cassander Rurik to kiss. He is a little bit of a chaos gremlin who makes an appearance in book 2. And curse. I would curse Jonas or Jonas, depending if you listen to the audio. I still say Jonas in my head, but correct pronunciation is Jonas. But yeah, I think the reasons are obvious by the end of the Road of Bones.
The fandom has kind of taken on Jonas. It's a little more exotic, right? The pronunciation of Jonas. Yeah. Now, the Ashen series is currently being slated for five books. Of course, with your novella. That's including your novella, right?
No, the novella
it's
is
in addition
separate.
to. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
And so what can you tell us about the rest of the series as it develops? Do you have anything that you can tell us as where you want to take it without giving anything too spoilery away?
Yeah, so I will say that the series is inspired by Ragnarok, which is, the Viking mythology, like the end of days where the gods are at war and the world is on fire. And so we are building towards a Ragnarok type event. It's called Rokur in this world, which means twilight. And so, yeah, I guess you could just say every book is a little bit of a progression closer to it, and we're going to unravel more layers until, the ultimate showdown at the end.
Sounds fun. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
It took me a while to figure out, though, where I was going with it. It took me... I had finished writing Bones and Claw, and then I figured out where I was going. So then I went back and wove those threads in so that it does feel like we're building towards it.
I know that you said that you wrote a lot as an adolescent growing up. How were you finally able to stick to it to get to a completion or somewhat of an idea where you know what, hey, this is actually looking like a book. This is feeling whole. How did you get there?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think having a plan really helped me, just knowing where I was going. Although when I say I had a plan, I literally just had a plan for the Road of Bones. I didn't know where we were going after that twist at the end. But having that twist really gave me something to look forward to, kind of build towards. And then when you finally get to write those scenes that have been like in the back of your head, you finally get to write them. It's so rewarding. So yeah, I think the plan is like the big key for me.
Yeah, but because you have to be open to the evolution, and that's one of my next questions, but I'll wait for that until later. Yeah, I was just going to ask about the evolution versus kind of going off of the inspiration in the moment, but I'll hold on.
Well, I do still discover a lot while I'm writing. And sometimes characters have completely gone off plan, like Cassandra Rurik. I don't know. Have you guys read the second book?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No,
Okay. Well,
not yet.
when you meet him, just know that he diverted from the plan multiple times. And I was like, come on, buddy, you're killing me here.
Yeah.
He's a chaos demon, and he's actually my favorite character to write, because sometimes I'm like, why did you do that? And then
keeps you on your toes.
and then you're like, I made a track. So yeah, he keeps me on my toes for sure.
Oh, that's so fun.
That's fun.
All right, now we're all book girlies. We love all kinds of different books, genres, things like that. So one of our favorite questions to ask every author that we have on is, of course, what's currently on your TBR, and are there any influential authors that you'd like to shout out?
Man, there's what's not on my TBR. Okay, so
Death by TBR.
I'm an avid reader, but I usually have like 6 books on the go at a time.
Good gracious.
Same.
I know.
I give you 3.
I'm terrible. I've usually got like arcs, and then I've got, what I want to read. And then I always need like a romance, because sometimes the fantasy gets too heavy and you need something lighter. So anyway, some of these are like I've started, and some of them are on the TBR, but I have Nisha Sharma's new YA Romantasy. I think it's called, I'll just like look it up right now. I'm terrible with names. Illusions of Fire. I'm also reading Monsoon Rising by Thea Guanzon. And if you guys haven't read Tusk Love, it just came out, I think, yesterday by the same author, by Thea. It's so good. It's so good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm also reading Heat of the Everflame. And I'm taking
Love it.
Yeah, I know.
I saw your post on Threads about that, and I was dying laughing. I was dying.
I love Taryn. I feel like I didn't even really notice him in the other books. I think I noticed him in this book too, but book 3, I'm like, oh no, if she does anything to him, we're gonna have a problem. Like, so yeah, I'm taking it slow because it's a long book, but also I know the book 4 isn't quite ready, so I'm just taking it slow, a couple chapters a day.
How far into it are you?
Well, according to Goodreads, I'm 53%, but I think I have 8 hours left in the audiobook. So
okay, yeah, 53 is good. It is. It's a chunky book, and it's such a fun ride.
Enjoy. Is. Thank you. I also have the big books that everyone has been talking about that are just staring me down from my bookshelf. I have Silver Elite and Shield of Sparrows. I also have Danielle Jensen's Viking, the second book in her Viking duology. Yeah. I would love to read The Night and the Moth. The Night and the Moth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rachel Gillig's. Yeah.
Yes.
I always have a million things on the go, though. So.
And so you also kind of love that gritty writing style, similar to Rachel Gillig, right? Is that correct?
I mean, being compared to her is like the highest praise. I do prefer like a darker setting. And, when I initially wrote The Road of Bones, it was a little bit fluffier at first, and it just didn't feel true to the time period. Like, it was a brutal time. It was kill or be killed.
Right.
A lot
the
of
Viking
times,
way,
so,
right?
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Demi, we are super, super excited to actually get to meet you in person this October at Romantasy Book Con. So Are there, let's say, 3 things that you're most looking forward to at that event?
Well, meeting you guys. This will be awesome. I didn't realize until I saw the questionnaire that you guys were coming to Orlando, so that's exciting. So I've actually never been to Orlando. I've been to West Palm Beach. That's it. So my grandparents are like were snowbirds, so I would go and stay with them in their retirement community, and that's like my Florida experience. So I'm going down. My best friend is going to be my assistant at the conference. So we're going down early.
Girls' Day.
And we're going to go to Disney World for at least one day.
Oh, love it.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. The thing I loved about Romantasy Book Con in LA, which was like my first ever conference, was that everybody there was a Romantasy reader,
Yes.
which I don't think is true for other book cons. Like I've only been to a few,
Yes.
but you know, there's often like dark romance, contemporary romance, fantasy. So to have all these Romantasy readers in one place was really energizing. Like everyone just gets each other.
Yes.
I would have read every single author in the room. And one of my friends said it had like big Taylor Swift concert energy. And I would say that that's pretty accurate because it just had really good vibes. So that would be the second. And the third was the masquerade in LA was insane.
Okay.
It was so fun. So I'm excited to see what Orlando is like.
Yes, let's go. Okay,
Yes.
so this would be my first time as well. One of our other book club girlfriends, she's been there a time or two, but the Fantasy Fabled event organizers seem really great, really
Good.
caring, really just true to making sure everyone on both sides has what they need and has a good time.
Yeah.
They've been so active in the community.
Yeah. No, I get really great vibes from them. I know there were some ADA issues in LA because it was hosted at the Biltmore, but they were like on top of it. They were meeting with the venue and being like, we're not going to have it here unless these issues are addressed. And so hopefully in LA next year, there's accessibility is a little bit better. Like the whole time it was fantastic. And my mom went with me and she had never seen, I didn't warn her about cosplay because like, it's just like a normal thing. It's like I see it in my everyday life and I just forgot. So we get into the elevator and there's these girls wearing fae ears and she's like, she was so excited. And then she went and watched the cosplay contest and it was like, she was sitting behind the judges, which was like Resand and all of the Akatar cosplayers. And she's like, I have no idea who they were, but they were pretty fun. Like,
has your mom read your books?
Goodness. She has.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't have to read them, Mom. So you don't have to be this supportive. But my whole family has been like, no, we're reading them. So you know, my dad has read them, my brother. Like,
what did brother say? What did your brother say?
He was in the car listening to the audio and he got to the spicy chapter and he couldn't turn it off because I guess he was like, he's driving and he couldn't, you know, like stop. And so he got home and he just texted me chapter 63 or whatever it was. I can't remember the chapter now, but he just texted me the chapter number and I was like, this is why I was like, you don't have to read it.
Nothing like a good sibling opinion.
Oh my gosh. And my dad texted me a picture of my uncle and my male cousin each reading Kingdom of Claw on their flight to Iceland, which was sweet and so supportive. But I was like, please skip the chapters.
And there are no distractions on a flight. It's like you got the book and you're in it.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're supportive to a fault.
Good.
I love that.
And so I believe you have a background in science, correct? So how would you say that love of chemistry and precision intertwines with the work that you're doing now? How can you bring that forward with you?
Yeah, so I think, first of all, my magic system ended up kind of science-y because I was thinking, you know, back in the day when they didn't have science to explain things, they would just call things magic. And so I don't know, it just made sense to me to try to kind of merge them together. But like doing that in a Viking world where they don't have the terms was definitely a challenge. So like everything is a thread, just like it's just threads. But yeah, I think it helps me in my writing in that I really analyze a lot of the situations from a lot of angles. So hopefully that adds to, you know, not having like too many conveniences in a plot. Like I can forgive a few conveniences, but I want things to feel like somewhat believable. And I think also maybe it helps characters be more, give them more depth. Maybe, I'm not sure. But I would definitely say for like trying to get rid of plot holes, it helps because I'm like analyzing, well, they could do this. And like, I don't want it to be like, why didn't they just do that?
Right.
So, you know, analyzing that stuff.
More scientific mindset. That's really fun. And if you were to merge your cooking world with your storytelling, what dishes would you equate to each character? Scylla, Ray, and Hecla.
Okay, I saw this one in the questionnaire and I was like, good, I can think about this, but I actually didn't have to think very hard about it. So Scylla I equate with porridge. She's always cooking porridge. All the porridge stuff came from me eating the same breakfast for like 10 years in a row, which is steel cut oats. Just like,
I'm a yogurt girl, so it's a yogurt bowl
yeah.
for me every day.
That's actually, I've switched to yogurt with
Mhm.
protein powder, and that's my go-to. So probably for the next 10 years, I'll be on the yogurt bowl. So Siloki porridge and Ray, I feel like this is not very like sexy, but the stew, like she totally won him over with that first bowl of stew. Um, and he went back for like seconds and thirds, and she was like, yes. And then with Hecla, I always think of them like having girl gossip time at the mead hall and drinking ale, and Scylla being like, this tastes like tree sap. So for Hecla, I think ale.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You have put a lot of research in for the Ashen series. What inspired you to write a Viking series versus other types of Romantasy worlds?
So when I wrote the first couple of drafts, it was in just like a medieval world, like anglicized old England kind of setting. And I just felt like something was missing. I really like the books where the setting is so vivid and it feels like another character. And I had just read, I think, 5th season by N.K. Jemisin and The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Their setting is so memorable. Like, yeah, so I just thought I want to do something a little different. And then I was on social media and I saw like this volcano erupting on like it was like a drone flying over the volcano, and I was like, oh my God, they do some really cool things with those drones now. So I had to stop and watch it, and then I realized it was in Iceland, and it got me thinking like of the whole fire in ice. Like they have volcanoes and glaciers, they have the black sand beaches and the fjords, and I was like, wow, I'd never seen anybody base a world on Iceland in fantasy before. And so I was like, yes, I want to do this. And then from there, Vikings came. And then I was so mad because like a year later, a year after like starting my world building and like really going hard on this book, I found John Gwyn's Shadow of the Gods. And that is clearly set in Iceland with Vikings. And I was like, no, but I just decided like our stories are so different. I'm just going to like do my thing anyway. So yeah, that's where the Vikings came from.
Black sand beaches have my heart. I mean, they're gorgeous. And of course,
so
Iceland
gorgeous.
Is just breathtaking. So more than one author can write about the gorgeousness that is Iceland. It's okay.
Yeah.
For sure. So, Demi, you have not only attended many author events over the years, but also donated to quite a few charities. Can you tell us about some of your favorite causes to support?
Yeah, so I've been self-employed for like 10 years now. And I always said when like the business got to a level where we weren't like living paycheck to paycheck that I really wanted to give back in some way. And so I wanted to build donations into like our business plan. So for a while there, like when I first started writing, like I was earning no money through that side of the business. So I didn't give anything back for those years. But as soon as, the book was released and it started earning money and we earned back our expenses and all that, it felt right to start giving back again. And so I started by just like giving books to various auctions. So like books for Palestine, things like that. And then we started giving monetarily. So I don't know, we've given quite a bit to charities for Palestine. Anera is an amazing one that's on the ground feeding their World Central Kitchen. Anera actually works with World Central Kitchen, but like World Central Kitchen is amazing because I don't know how they do it, but like they're literally like first responders at disaster zones. Like I think they have their own private planes and stuff so they can just get around all the bureaucracy. Yeah, so I love donating to them and also to like social justice causes. We just donated to the Trevor Project for LGBTQ support. In Canada, I love giving to, oh my gosh, I'm spacing, Inspire, which helps Indigenous people access like funds so they can get higher education and stuff like that. So yeah, we have to pick a new charity each quarter and then we give like a certain amount. And I've started to get like my husband who works in the business, he gets to pick one, and then I'm going to get my assistant to pick the next one. And then, but yeah, I also try to keep incredible. It like, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to also like see what people in the bookish community are which ones they're donating to, or like who the auctions are partnering with and stuff like that, because sometimes it's hard to know if a charity is like reputable or not.
Yes.
Have you looked into any Orlando ones yet, or maybe we could help you
I
find some?
haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, are you guys in?
Yeah.
Are you guys native?
So actually, we're in Florida. Yep, we're local to Florida, and
You're locals.
We are. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Right here in Central Florida, and so every single organization that you mentioned is just it's so critical, and
thank you.
Just your advocacy and saying their names now is really just it's great work.
Well, so at first I was just like publicizing them because my accountant said I could write them off as advertising costs if I did. But then I started to realize the power of actually saying it publicly. And, I grew up in a house where it was like, we don't talk about money. We don't talk about this stuff. But like, I actually get inspired when I hear that other people are giving to, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. Like, I get inspired. So I thought, you know what? Well, I'll just put it out there and people can scroll past it if they want, or maybe it'll inspire them. So
super admirable. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And it also tells people what you're about, which is good.
Absolutely.
It weeds certain people out.
Yes.
It's
That's
like
fair. That's good.
Yes.
It is brave to speak your mind, but also very important because it makes everyone else know that they have allies and people who are like-minded. And
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there a character that you would say is your spirit animal, or one that you personally relate to the strongest? Is there a part of you that you have put into a specific character?
Yeah. So I would say I put myself into both Scylla and Saga. I think like personality wise, I'm a bit more like Saga because she's kind of got that black cat energy. She's kind of sarcastic and a little bit pessimistic. I mean, as you would be if you'd like grown up like her, but I'm a little bit more like that. I'm not so perky. I'm not a morning person like Scylla.
A little aloof with a tail flip.
And like, but one thing of me that went into Scylla is this whole thing of like being a nice person and getting kind of walked over or like underestimated because of it. Like people think just because I'm not a super aggressive, super outspoken person that I don't have that fire, that I don't have the drive and the ambition. And so I feel like I've had to prove myself a few times in my life. But yeah.
Well, you have a voice and it's meant to be heard. And I'm so glad you're sharing that fire with us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Demi. So we're going to play a fun little this or that. So just kind of rapid fire. Are you an e-reader or a physical reader?
Oh, I'm actually more of an audiobook girl. Yeah. So and I think it's like I used to be an ebook reader. However, as I do more writing, like by the end of the day, I'm done looking at a screen. So I've been more into audio, but I've also been doing some ARC reading, and so for that, it's like back to the Kindle. So I got the whole Kindle setup with the little clicker. Love it so much. Oh my gosh. When I first saw it, I was like, what a gimmick. Like, that's so silly. But now I get it. I'm like, oh, because also, like, I have my font really big, so I was always pushing the page, like always. So now just click,
you know what they should come up with? They should come up with a Kindle app, but for your smart TV, so you could be across the house folding laundry and just clicking.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Extra large font for you,
right?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right. So then, bonus scenes or special editions?
I think special editions. I don't know why, but I don't often read the bonus scenes. Like when I'm done the book, I'm done.
Okay.
It would have to be something.
Hot take.
But if it's a teaser of the next book, I'm reading it. But if it's a bonus scene.
Okay.
Yeah, like somebody else's point of view or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of special collections or special editions, do you have any prized book that you've recently added to your own personal collection that you'd like to share?
So I'm not actually like a book special edition person, really.
Gotcha.
But I just bought a couple of books that I ARC read and was like, I need to own these. And one was All Superheroes Need PR by Elizabeth Stevens and Not Safe for Work by Nisha J. Dooley. I was like, I need to own these.
Yes.
They're both so good.
Great things.
Yeah. Great summer reads.
Fun. Okay. All right.
But also, I will say the one thing that I own that is like the prettiest books is the Bridgerton. I don't remember who did it. Do you remember who did those ones? The rainbow ones.
Oh. Carrie, do you know?
Was it Illumicrate?
It wasn't. I was gonna say it was one of the subscription boxes, but I don't think it was Loot Crate.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but yeah,
it wasn't
I
like
saw those
Waterstones
because I'm a Bridgerton girly as well. So I had.
I think it was Illumicrate or like Fairy Loot. I don't think it was Fairy Loot because I've only ordered
I feel
the
like
Crescent
maybe
City
Illumicrate might have been it.
I think it might have been Illumicrate. But so you like Bridgerton? Do you read any other historical romance?
I've dabbled in a little bit because that's always been a genre, like even in film and TV, that I enjoy so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I fell in love with Bridgerton, I was like, I went down the rabbit hole. I read all of the Julia Quinn books, like all the spinoff series. Like
the Rainbow Edition is Illumicrate, in fact.
Okay, yeah,
it is okay.
Oh, thank you, Steph.
Yeah, the Bridgerton books have this like bottled up sunshine. Like you feel like nothing is gonna harm you. Like everything's gonna be okay. It's always like you're reading with like a safety blanket. But if you like historical romance, you got to check out Lisa Kleypas, excuse me, and Tessa Dare. They're both good. Tessa Dare is like her books are so funny. They're just like so good. But
comedic relief is everything.
Totally. Yeah. I went down a major historical romance rabbit hole. Some are good and some are not. And then after so
I guess some could be too slow, right? Would that be your main critique?
Yeah, and sometimes it just feels like the plot is very similar. You know, there's a duke and
Gotcha.
There's always a duke. There's a
wallflower.
There's a duke.
The wallflower.
Yes. Yeah. But I love
your reading.
I love it. I do. I use Goodreads. I'm like one of those weird authors who I'm not scared of seeing reviews. I don't get my feelings hurt by reviews. So I'm on Goodreads and I track my books there. I honestly, we used to have to critique each other's work in lab meetings, and it's just they're trying to make it better. I mean, I don't know that negative reviews are going to be helpful to my process ever because it's already done. Yeah. I've already had all the critique partners and beta readers, but sometimes they have a point. So I don't know. I've actually had a good laugh at a couple of not great reviews, and I was like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also interesting when you absolutely love a book so much and you're confident in how much you love it, and you find someone else who gives it the worst rating ever or the worst critique ever. And it is laughable because it's like, I know that I love this, but this it's not quite adding up for me, but it has to be fun. It's just, you have to laugh it off.
Yeah.
Opinions, right? It's opinions.
Yeah. The thing is that you can look in any book and pull out a terrible line or some weakness in the plot and put it for everyone to laugh at. You're going to find that in pretty much any book. So this is
because you can also find the best ones too, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
So all right, so this or that, sword or bow and arrow?
Okay, this is something, I know this is just this or that, but I read this book on Viking warfare and I thought it was really interesting because the archers were considered to be lesser warriors because they were not up front risking their lives. So if I was a Viking, I would pick sword because I'm going for that glory. I'm up in the front.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was interesting because I'd
that.
never heard that before.
That is very interesting.
See, I would actually probably say bow and arrow just because the precision, I love the skill that it takes to just do the one hit and you're done. And then it's kind of a slay.
And you're across the field.
It's kind of a slay. But I get the bravery aspect of the sword fight. Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
All right. Secret identity or forbidden love?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I do love a forbidden love.
Same. Romance. And then blood oath or dark bargain?
Oh, what's the difference? I guess the dark bargain is with a ill-reputed partner. I would say blood oath.
Okay, gotcha.
Because your partner might be a little more trustworthy.
For sure. Character-driven or plot-driven?
Character.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even hesitate there.
Right.
Yeah.
Where's my coffee?
Yeah. Meet and greets or group chat?
Oh, I mean, I'm an introvert. So, like,
Okay.
my comfort zone wants to say group chat, but I actually feel so enlivened when I go to in-person events and I interact with readers. So,
I love that.
I'll say, meet and greet, but like maybe only one per month for
Fair.
my poor
Fair.
introvert soul.
That's
Fair,
a
very
fair
fair.
answer.
Readers are introverts as well, so
I know
And-
we are.
yeah. Yeah.
It's because
Yep.
that shared passion is what just fires you up and gets you
Mhm.
going and motivates you, right? But
Yes.
also
Definitely.
a little bit at a time. So like I love your answers. One a month is good.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
dip the toe in and then
For sure.
go
And then
back
you
to
need
the
a
cave.
full day to recover.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All right. I may know the answer to this, but Viking or pirate?
Viking.
All right. And are you a plotter or a pantser? You kind of talked about that a little
Yeah.
bit.
We already
Definitely a
Yeah.
plotter.
Plotter.
Yeah, it just helps me stay on track. I have my outline for book 4 right here, and I'm just, but like,
Congrats.
it helps me so much because
Yeah.
I read through my outline for the chapter and then I like kind of get myself into the mindset. And then I'm trying this time, I have this like keyboard. It's a wireless keyboard and it's got this tiny screen, so I cannot go back and edit. And it's just
Oh,
like a
interesting.
free flow from my brain, just like scooping it out and putting it into the manuscript. These words are terrible. They're like a dumpster fire. I'm going to hate myself when I have to go and fix them. But
And then you have to decipher, what was I saying?
what does that mean? Yeah. All these brackets with like insert name here.
Yes.
But I was figuring that before I was trying to write and like get the stuff out of the brain, but also edit it and make it pretty. And those are like two different sides of the brain, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think switching back and forth was inefficient. I'm always looking for the most efficient way, but still I'm going to always be slower than most writers, I think. So it is what it is.
Fair. All right. And then reading in first person or third person?
Okay, this is weird, but I don't even notice. I don't notice between them, and I don't notice very often like present versus past. So the only thing I would notice is second person. I feel like, what the heck?
Yeah.
That would throw me. But yeah, I do like third because you can get into their head and you can hear their thoughts, but you can also get a broader scope on the world. But then first person works really great when there's like a mystery that needs to be unraveled.
For sure.
So I think it just depends on the story.
Totally fair. And then, are you loving your keyboard or pen and paper?
So I do type. I'm a fast typer, so I'll say I like the keyboard. However, when I get stuck, I pull out a pen and paper every time. I just do like a free flow, empty my thoughts, and I say like, what if this happened? And then I write down like 5 different options. There's no bad ideas. And it always gets me unstuck every single time.
I call those brain dumps.
Yes.
They really do help. And I love what you were saying about your outline, because I think what that can do is that can allow the creative part to take a back seat, and then in your pastime let it present itself when you're comfortable and when there's no pressure, and then those creative ideas can click into place within your outline as your brain is developing the thoughts around it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I do think there's like a lot of creativity that happens during the editing phase as well, and sometimes an idea will just come to you and you're like, oh yeah, that's and then everything else has to change to fit it in. But
so if you had to hand an aspiring writer a quick start survival kit for any authors, what would be inside of it? What would you include? A mantra, or a lesson that you've learned the hard way, or a shortcut maybe that you swear by? Maybe link your new keyboard down below. I don't know, but what do you think?
So one thing I did that I'm really glad that I did is I spent a lot of time on that first book, and I made it the absolute best that I could with the tools that I had. I hired editors. I got feedback from like 5 different rounds of beta readers. And that was because of Jonas, though, because he was a handful. So I don't think I would have needed 5 rounds if it was, not for him and his quirks. But so for me, like just taking my time and really learning the craft and learning, making the book the best I possibly could, it gave me a lot of confidence when I did put it out there. Like people might not like it, but at least I feel proud in what I put out there. And I think that maybe is where the like negative reviews not bothering me kind of comes into play. Feeling proud of the work you put out there, not rushing it. And, there's like a lot of books come out every single day. And so I always just wanted to make sure that whatever I put out there was something that I was proud of. It's just like in the sea of books, you want to be able to stand out. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I was hoping. So I don't know if that helps or not, but seeking outside feedback is absolutely critical. You cannot, especially when you are writing and like so deep into it, you just cannot see clearly. Like I get even now that I'm trad published, I still get tons of beta reader feedback because like, especially the world I write is really complex and I know what's happening in my head, but it might not come across clearly on paper. So even just to catch those little things, I seek a lot of support on that.
So take your time, learn the craft, step away from it.
Breaks
receive
are
a lot of insight from others, and just keep going until you're proud. Yeah,
I think especially in the self-publishing space, it can be easy to get sucked into the rapid release and, I need to put out 3 books this year. The fact is, if you have like a really good story and something like unique to add, readers are going to find you, and you don't need to do quality or quantity. I mean, you don't need quantity to survive. Like a good book will support you.
Yeah, quantity doesn't always equal quality.
No.
Right. Demi, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of your wonderful insights.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a pleasure talking with you.
It really
Can't wait to meet you guys.
October and Orlando is going to be so much fun.
Yes. And let us know if you have any questions about Central Florida. We're here for you.
I will. Also, I'm doing a bookstore signing at I'm so terrible. My assistant says it's like a Taylor Swift coded romance bookstore.
The New Romantic?
Yeah, New Romantic. I'm doing a bookstore signing there the day after. Is it? I can't wait. I love how many romance-only bookstores there are these days. It's just,
and that one's adorable. It's
let us know the date.
Really adorable.
This is from
the 26th.
There.
Oh,
yeah, we have our.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah,
it's on the 26th from 1 to 3, I think.
Okay.
I'm sure there will be like more information beforehand, but that's happening after. So, I was just like, I wanted something for readers who weren't going to the book con to be able to come in and get stuff signed if they wanted.
That's so sweet.
We'll have to put out the word. We'll definitely share it.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Yeah. It'd be so good to meet you guys.
Thank you. And may you have all of the inspiration and all of the best publishing. So thank you.
Thank you. And may all your reads be 5 stars.
All right. And next up on Sunshine Ladies Unraveling Tales, we're going to be chatting with author LJ Andrews. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.